Hey guys, happy Thursday? Yeah, happy Thursday. So let me say hi. This is not going to be a long live though. I only have about 25 to 30 minutes, but because the verdict is in, I was like, how do I not go live? So my name is PURPLEXEDQT. If you're not familiar, welcome to my channel. My disclaimer is, thank you, Glitter Girl. My disclaimer is I may mess up words, I may mess up a date here and there, but I'll usually correct it, or somebody will correct me. So that's my disclaimer. The max she's going to get is a year, if he even gives her that. I honestly think he's going to give her time served. I had this totally predicted this morning. I had said this morning, I said not guilty, and guilty of the corpse thing. Thank you, old blue eyes. Hey, Olivia. Hey, Glitter Girl. Hey, Susan. Hey, Carla. Hey, Irish Eyes. Irish Eyes, did you get my link on Patreon? Hey, D. Hey, old blue eyes. Hey, Letha. Letha, I was just thinking about you today. What's up, Susie Q? Hey, Kim. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Susan. Hey, Steph, Kathy, Carol. Leo's wife. Becky, Marek. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Joe. Hey, Trish. Vaping, I know. Hey, Rosebush. I think I got everyone to date. What's up, Amanda? Hey, Kim. I'm surprised. Then I'm not surprised at all. Hey, Pixie Dust. I think they will. I think the judge realizes that she needs help, and I'm hoping that he gets her counseling or something. That's kind of what I think. But I don't think he's going to make her do time. I think that the max she can get is a year. All right, let me back up. I'm jumping ahead. So if you're not familiar with the verdict, she was found not guilty on everything except the corpse thing, abuse of a corpse, which in Ohio, I looked it up last night. In Ohio, she's actually not guilty of fucking up a corpse. I'll read you the statute. What she's guilty of is not filing paperwork. That's actually what she's guilty of. So the court is actually wrong. The judge is not the judge, the jury. So this is why I put the disclaimer on. The jury's actually wrong in charging her with the corpse thing because she didn't. She didn't mishandle a corpse. And I'll read you the law as I found it last night. Max is 2 years. I thought it was 1 year. He revoked her bail because he has to. She was found guilty on a charge. So because she was found guilty, she has to sit in jail until sentencing. And then sentencing will decide what happens. He could give her 6 months, but this is why I don't think he's going to find her guilty. Let me show you why. Hold on, let me pull it up. All right. What exactly is the charge called? Now I forgot. Tampering with a corpse. What's it called? Abuse of a corpse. All right. Okay. So in Ohio, where is it? Okay. So technically in Ohio law states that abuse of a corpse is treating a human corpse in a way that the offender knows would produce righteous and reasonable outrage among members of the family. It covers conduct formally prohibited by specific prohibitions against grave robbing and unlawful dissection of a corpse. It also includes other kinds of conduct such as copullating with otherwise mistreating a corpse. This section does not include conduct authorized by law, such as a mandatory autopsy or the exhumation of a dead body on court order. Technically speaking, she didn't do any of that. She buried a baby in her backyard with flowers on it. That's not abuse of a corpse. What she's guilty of, She was found not guilty on everything except abuse of a corpse, Stacy. But the thing is, she didn't mishandle a dead baby. She buried it. She's guilty of not wrapping it in a bag or filing paperwork. That she's guilty of, but that's not abuse of a corpse. So it was her backyard. She buried it in her backyard. What's up, Robbie? Thankfully, the internet doesn't get to hang anyone they see. I agree, D. LaPlante. Totally agree with that. It was her parents. What do you mean it was her parents? Ziggy, that's her house. If it's a parent's house, it's her house. Her parents own the land. That makes it her house. She did not try burning the body. At least there's no evidence of it. What she did was wrong. You don't throw a baby in 2-inch dirt and think it's okay. I'm not saying that morally or rightfully that's okay. But the bottom line is that the definition in Ohio, I agree, De La Plan. I don't get that. It was her house. Her family owned it. That's her house. My mom's house in Florida is still my house. It's still my brother's house. My house in where I grew up in New York is still my house. I mean, granted, no, we don't live there anymore, but that'll always be my house. I mean, I wouldn't bury anything there, but so I'm not saying what she did was morally or rightfully wrong. I mean, right, but according to the law, just based on the law of Ohio, abuse of a corpse, she does not fit that. She didn't do that. I'm just speaking of law, Amanda. I'm saying that what I mean by that is I don't think the judge is going to sentence her because legally she did not do this. Understandably, by the jury standard and the charge that she had, yes, it's abuse of a corpse. But going by the actual law, I don't think the judge can give her too much time on this. Just my opinion. She was found not guilty on everything except abuse of a corpse. The jury asked of the judge if burying a body in the backyard was against the law, and the judge didn't answer it. So maybe that is why they picked guilty. Very possible, because the judge knows that it's not guilty. Like, it doesn't make it wrong. It's just she should have done certain things to make it. Paris, I don't know. I've wondered that same thing myself. I agree, Cinnamon. I'm so glad she was found not guilty. She can get up to a year, I heard, on court TV. It's not close to over. No, here's another thing, though. Just because she's not sitting in jail, she's got to live with this her entire life. She's got to live with the fact that if she killed a baby, she killed a baby. But is it any different than somebody living with an abortion? I don't know. I never killed a baby, so I don't know. Let me rephrase that. I never killed a baby outside of an abortion. How's that? Is that better said? I think she'll get time served too. Hey, Uisha. Ziggy, you're so wrong. She's going through hell in that community, I'm sure. Paris, that's a different scenario, though. That's what I'm saying. I've never killed a baby to know what it's like, but maybe, let's look at the option. Maybe it really was a stillborn. Maybe, just maybe, it was actually a stillborn. No, it's a misdemeanor, Kim. I know, that's why I changed it, Amanda. Because I know I had stated that I had one in the past. So that's why I stated it. That's why I corrected it. Little Miss Brooke, leave home, change your name, and work on yourself, girl. I agree with that. Terry, I absolutely believe that. Jury decided it was stillborn, as they should have. Being so hard on yourself. Why am I being hard on myself, Apin? She's not a doctor. Should have called 911. Mac and cheese, whether that's here nor there, But the fact is, the prosecution cannot prove that that baby was born alive. And that is what our law is based on. And I've said this with other cases. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. And I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. As a juror, you cannot base your opinion on your feelings. You should not and cannot. You have to base it on the facts. And those facts were the prosecution, especially with the doctor yesterday, stating that absolutely not, that there was no violence, there was no burns, there was no chars. And in his conclusion, that baby was a stillborn. That is a lot. Like, that played a big part of it. So as far as the jury goes, the jury did exactly what they were supposed to do. Exactly. I don't even think they would have got her on abuse of corpse, because if you look at Ohio law, she really didn't do anything wrong other than basic stuff. She didn't file paperwork. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. She didn't call 911. Jury did a proper jury of what they're supposed to do. It's exactly right. What would it look like if I wound up stiff in Laura's backyard? Surely criminal. Yeah, but Jim, that's a little different, because you didn't come out of me. Page streaming on your story. It's got to be a lot of work. It is. Oh, my personal story? A lot of people stillborns would do the right thing. And I agree with you. I'm not saying that she did the right thing. I'm not saying she acted morally. I'm not saying she acted ethically. I'm not saying that she did the right thing. She made a lot of mistakes, but so do a lot of 18-year-olds. Forget the baby part. But a lot of 18-year-olds make a lot of mistakes. And this is all assuming that the baby was stillborn, not if she murdered a baby. The things I'm saying is assuming that it was stillborn. Angina? It's a misdemeanor. Well, she's 20 now. She was 18 at the time. I'll have to go back. Just got in at 4. She had just turned 18 and was terrified. They will now be able to get the remains back and have a proper burial. I have to say I'm kind of shocked at the lack of compassion. But because, Susie Q, understand, I see things from a legal perspective. I don't put emotions into it. I'm looking at things, every case that I do on YouTube, except Making a Murderer, but every case that even Making a Murderer, I'm not emotionally invested in the same way other people are. I have no desire to ever meet Steven. I have no desire to ever meet Brandon, but they didn't get a fair trial. And that's the angle that I took on the case, and that's where I take on every case. I see myself more from an outsider looking in. It's not my job to have compassion. It's my job to explain the law to the best of my ability, explain legal terms, but it's really the problem. Why there's 20,000 people sitting in prison is because people on jurors do it by emotion. And if I can change one person's view in my whole YouTube career and they have to go on jury, then my job is done and I did a good job. So I hope that makes sense. And Terry, I don't disagree with that. She definitely needs counseling. She definitely needs counseling for her anorexia, which plays a big part of everything else. Her whole psyche is built around her anorexia. Not having compassion for the mother is not an excuse to me. It's still a lack of compassion. But I believe, Susie, the baby was a stillborn. I believe that baby was dead before it came out. So I can't have compassion. I mean, I'm sorry the baby died, but hindsight, maybe it was better off the baby's dead because she would have killed it. You know what I mean? And then you're not ruining one life, but you're ruining two. I don't know how to say it. That's true. You are about I am about facts. I'm not about emotion. She definitely needs help. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Absolutely, Amanda. I don't fault anyone for their opinions on it, but I'm not taking it from a emotional perspective. I'm taking it from a factual perspective. So it was a convenience store. I didn't see. Why do you guys twist my words? Did I ever say it was a convenient stillborn? Never said that at all. Not even close. No, not a lot of compassion from you, Laura. Understand that. And I see the case the same way you do. Talking about response in here toward the child that had a child and no compassion. Oh, I thought you meant me, Susie. I believe the baby didn't come out alive. Absolutely. And you know, for those of you at Making a Murderer, you'll understand what I'm about to say. And the shit I went through at Making a Murderer, you'll understand what I'm about to say. Is that people should have compassion for the baby if they believe that the baby was born alive. If they believe the baby was a stillborn like I do, there's no reason to have compassion for him. The baby was a stillborn. There's nothing you can do. It happens every day, unfortunately, to women all over the world. It wasn't like her father or anything, Joe. It was, from what I heard, it was like her boyfriend or a neighbor or something like that. I guess I'll give you $5,000. Yes. I'll take that $5K. So I'm going to get more into this tonight. I asked Serendipity to come on panel with me because she sees the other side. She definitely thought she was guilty, should have been found guilty. A boyfriend when she was 12. Thank God she was... I agree, Redneck. Totally agree with that. Oh, okay, Susie. Hey, Samara. Be careful how they hold you to that 500. 5,000, you mean? The baby most likely suffered from anorexia. I think the baby was barely alive when born, but I don't know would have survived. I don't even think that Serendipity should have been on the jury with you. I don't think that that the baby was born alive at all. She said she's going to try. Sarah's my girl. She said she was going to try. See, but mac and cheese, you know what I found interesting at trial today? And I got to say, like, I really found this interesting. Majority of the other side felt guilty, guilty, guilty. Majority of my community, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. And it was kind of weird. And it was pretty prominent. Now, and I said majority. Of course, there were people on both that said, you know, the opposite. But majority. And it just, to me, it really said something about why we do have sides. Because it just like thinking. And I was really surprised at how many of you guys think guilty. Because I absolutely don't know how you guys came up with guilty. So Skylar definitely has an eating disorder. That's hands down. Bad for the baby's dad and his mom. Most people saw the original press conference. That's true, Tanya. Baby, she's a gun. Nothing slides past her. Who, me? What was this case about again? There's so many to keep up with. Bellamy, the case was 18-year-old, now 20, but an 18-year-old college, high school cheerleader, perfect life, seemingly perfect life, who had eating disorders, became pregnant, and the baby was supposedly born a stillborn. She buried it in the backyard, never told anybody, had her body back the next day. And she ended up not smart enough. I'm talking about Making a Murderer, and it kind of came into here too. But old Blue Eyes, you thought she should be found guilty, right? That's what I said. I said majority, not everybody. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Baby was seized. It was because of her action. You can't say that, Christy. There are babies that are born every day to perfectly healthy women. So you can't say that her actions caused it. Look at all these heroin addicts and cokeheads that are high their entire pregnancy and their babies come out perfectly fine. And then you have the opposite, someone that does everything right and then they end up having a stillborn. It just happens. You're welcome, Bellamia. But Bellamia, she was found not guilty on every count except for one, the abuse of a corpse, which she was facing like life, and now she's facing up to a year. She has not been incarcerated. She's been on house arrest. She was out on bond. She's now on house arrest. It's true, Amanda. Stillborns just happen. She's found guilty of corpse abuse, which could carry a penalty of 180 days in jail. Not guilty on the first 3 counts. Oh, Greg, it's only 180 days? I thought it said up to a year. Court TV said up to a year. Joel March, I absolutely 100% agree with that. She's guilty of making horrible decisions. Do I represent a side? Kind of. You're on the other side. Normally, babies like that are addicted to heroin when they're born. But I'm saying that someone that could do that are crazy. I mean, there are babies that are born to drug-addicted moms that come out perfectly fine and pass drug tests and are perfectly fine. It happens. She's not a criminal. She's definitely naive and irresponsible. I agree with that. She absolutely made horrible decisions. She absolutely is fucked up over this anorexia. She absolutely needs help. She absolutely needs rehab. She absolutely needs counseling. She should get away from her parents until her mom should also be in counseling. But does she deserve prison for the rest of her life? No. 5th degree felony, but I go with Laura. Don't go by me. If they said it was a 5th degree felony, I read it was a misdemeanor. Do you think if she was black, it would be a different verdict? 110%. I'm not going to lie, Paris. 110%. But factors change it. If she was black under the exact same circumstances where the parents had money, the parents were well off in the community, the parents had ties to the community, the parents had an excellent lawyer, and it was the exact same scenario with the same circumstances, yes, I think it would be the same answer. But some black girl has a baby and kills her kid. She usually has a public defender. She usually has, she's not out on a $50,000 bond, cash bond no less. So it changes the circumstances. White girls under that same category of public defender, all that changes not so much the color, but everything else will change it. Her lawyers are being interviewed on Court TV. Well, you guys will be able to watch it in just 5 minutes because I got to leave. But I'll be back tonight. See, that's the thing, though. You guys got to understand that a lot of people, looking at the law perspective, a lot of people think that it is a black or white thing. Well, the black girl would have gone down or the white girl wouldn't have. It's not a matter of a black or white thing. It's a public defender thing. It's lawyers. It's money. It's ties to the community. It's what are the parents like? Do the parents do the best job they can? Or is this girl emancipated? All those factors change a jury's mind. If we let her out, is she going home to a nice, stable home? Is she going to get the help that she needs? Will her parents do whatever they can to, whether you're black or white, those circumstances, if it falls under those circumstances, it'll be fine. But you can't compare white or black. You can't compare a paid attorney to a public defender. You just can't. And far too many people have public defenders because private lawyers are way too expensive for something like this. That's going to change a verdict. Color, white, black, or Chinese, doesn't matter. Her mom needs help too. Her mom needs counseling, without a doubt. But I don't think her mom's nuts. I just think her mom fights her own demons that she needs to deal with. She needs to know how to handle those demons. Her mom definitely needs help. I mean, they both need counseling. But that part of the burning was glossed over. Never heard. What I never heard in that trial, but some chatters were saying the same girl had an abortion at 16. Yeah, I heard. Mary, I saw that too. I don't know if there's truth to that. Give me 5 minutes.
All right.
I don't know if there's truth to that or not, though. Nobody that I spoke to that followed the case closely ever said that. So I don't know. I feel bad for the dad, too. I feel bad for both of them. I really do. I feel bad for both of them. Yeah, Sage came home. We have to go get her homecoming shoes and stuff for her hair and making her Skylar take laxatives or attitude because her mom had an eating disorder. And her mom's probably had it her whole life. No other, but thank you, Tanya. I didn't think so. Because that was like the first I heard it. But we all know people like to spread rumors just because that's what people do. Exactly, Cappy.
What are you eating? Orange cheese or pretzels?
I will, Veepin. I don't feel bad for any of them. She was clearly pregnant in that prom picture. I don't need the lore. I think it would have made a difference had it came out. I agree. So no one questioned her pregnant belly and why suddenly she wasn't anymore. Maybe it was one of those, they just wanted to look away. But, I mean, she didn't gain weight anywhere else. Like, when I was pregnant, I blew up like a fucking house. I was out. Kids saw pictures of me pregnant with them, the twins. They were like, oh my God, Mom, you are huge. Well, yeah, you try having 2 babies in you. And who knows, maybe she hit her belly a lot. Maybe she wore big sweatshirts. Which, that picture in the bikini, she didn't look pregnant. It says to a 5th degree felony and sentence can be 6 months to 2 years. She didn't even look pregnant in the swimsuit. That's what I'm saying. I really think some of it was the dress. No, I was not bigger than Kate Gosselin. She gained and lost weight a lot. They were in denial, but it happened in her life a lot. Maybe her parents didn't want to make a big deal out of her weight. That's possible. She wore normal clothes. I didn't look pregnant until my 7th month. I looked pregnant my 1st month. Hey, Winky. Rhonda's trying to make you smile. Rhonda always makes me smile. Hey, is Baby Blues here? Baby Blues has to give me some updo tips. Everyone, so real quick, I keep missing out. She was found out. I was lost on this too, Suki. Hey, Misbehavin'. She ended up telling the doctor that gave her birth control pills, hey, I'm pregnant, and, I'm sorry, I had the baby, and it was born stillborn, and I buried it in the backyard. That's how she was found out. It was very weird. 17 streamed, there's 32. Text messages are on day 4. Even the doc who said she was 32 weeks pregnant had to do a test and couldn't tell by looking at her. My best friend in high school had a pregnancy from the family until her 8th month. There you go. So the baby was dead because she said it was dead, right? No. Suki, I didn't know at first because when I watch her, I'm like, this girl's so dumb or full of shit. What convinced me 100% with 2 things. The umbilical cord snapping, which is like ridiculous. But also the, the doctor for the defense said that he believed this baby was stillborn. Combine those 2 things, that's why I believe she was not innocent. I mean, she was not guilty. Would you not question your slim daughter if her belly was sticking out like that? Of course I would. But I also saw, I'm going to end it on this note, but I also saw something that really bothered me in the trial testimony, trial chat. People were saying, oh, the mother is so horrible for saying you'll ruin your whole life. I say it to them all the time. Make sure you use protection if you're going to be sexually active. Because if you have a baby, you will ruin your entire life. You will not be able to go to college. You will not be able to do... That's most parents. I don't know anyone that says, sure, honey, go get pregnant at 15. Let's go have babies. Most parents are not going to do that. Most parents are going to put the fear of something into their child, no matter who they are, no matter what it's about. Don't walk away from me because you're going to get kidnapped. Like, I don't know a parent that doesn't do that. I don't know a parent that doesn't say that. Now, if you're put in the situation, of course it's different. Did you hear the Amanda Carmack case where she killed and hit her child stepdaughter over a charm bracelet? No, I didn't hear that. I agree, D. But that's what I'm saying, that I don't think there's a parent out there that hasn't said that to their child about something. You know, I told my kids at Disney, if you do not stand next to me, you're going to get kidnapped. And they're like, ha, ha, ha. No, I'm serious, guys. You need to walk with me. And Grandma, if you don't walk with me, you're going to get kidnapped. I put the fear of God in them. They stood right by my side. Never had, even if I was talking to my mom and they were on this side, turn around, they were right there. So I don't know anybody that does it, that doesn't do it. That's not true. My only child was born to be at 17. He's the best part. Yes, but I'm saying it. Did you plan it? Did you, like, of course you thought, like, it was going to be, let me rephrase that. Your parents did not say, hey, let's have babies at 17 and everything's going to be fine. There's not a parent out there that says that. Wait till you're out of college. Wait till you're married. That's why I said if the situation happens, that's a different story. If the situation happens where you do get pregnant, like I said that I could put the fear of God in them all day long. But if, God forbid, she got pregnant young and we went to the doctor and I saw a sonogram of my grandchild, do you think I'm going to get mad at her? No. You know, everything's going to change then because I know what that's like. But of course, prior, you're going to put this fear of God in them. I don't know anyone that wouldn't. My green tooth? I don't have a green tooth. I might, what you call it? My Invisaligns I'm soaking in blue mouthwash. My mama's living a time. See, that's what I'm saying, Sweet Purple. That's exactly what I mean. Test was beyond reasonable doubt, not preponderance of evidence. I absolutely agree. But that's what I'm saying, Sweet Purple. The second that, of course, you're going to put your fear in them, but it's going to change when... Do they get to it? Yeah, not guilty on all counts, Foxy Bot, except the abuse of a corpse. So, but that's it. I got to take her to go get shoes and get hair stuff. But I will be on tonight. I will see you guys tonight after I do her hair. It's not a matter if she lied or not, Suki. The bottom line is the doctor said that absolutely not is not guilty. I think old Blue Eyes is mad at me because I haven't seen her since she asked me that question. So, but I will set this up for tonight. I will see you guys tonight. Anyone who I trust with the number wants to come on panel from the other side. The other side, I don't mean the other side like the other side. I mean the other side of this case that, you know, they believe she should have been hung and should have gone to jail and believe she was guilty. That's what I mean by other side. So, there's old Blue Eyes. Old Blue Eyes, did you think she should have gone to jail? If so, why don't you come on panel with me tonight? I know Sarah believes that she should have gone to jail. We already know facts don't matter anymore to most. That's totally not true, Vapin. A lot of people have a lot to talk. They want to get a lot off their mind. So let me know later, but I got to go get her shoes and homecoming stuff. So I will see you guys later. Samara, old Blue Eyes, one of you guys want to come up, let me know. I will see you guys. I'm probably going to do it around 9. I may go earlier, so just take too many sides. I mean guilty or innocent. That side. I don't mean you guys' side. I mean guilty or innocent. So I will see you guys later, and that's it. Peace out. It could be, like I said, it could be at 9, but depending on how fast we get her stuff, it could be earlier. If anyone sees Baby Blues, tell her I need her some tips on updos. I know she said she did a lot of them. All right, I'll see you guys later.